with a good man who I know will be a great president of the United States of America, Donald Trump. I'm Mike Pence. I'm the governor of Indiana. And it's my honor and I was deeply humbled just a few short months ago with my wife Karen at my side to accept this man's invitation to run and serve as the next Vice President of the United States of America. And we are grateful for the opportunity. The introduction I prefer, Michael was kind, but the introduction I prefer is a little bit shorter. I'm a Christian, a conservative, and a Republican in that order. And I stand before you today with the firm belief that should we be given this great opportunity, should this good man be elected to the highest office in the land in 47 days, I know that he believes and I believe that the pulpits that you stand at have greater capacity to strengthen and unite this nation than any pulpit that we will ever stand at. And so let me begin by thanking each one of you for the ministries you have in this state and in this nation and the way you pour your lives and your faith into people all across this great state. Thank you so much for your leadership. I stand before you today as a Republican, but I actually began in politics as a Democrat. I was deeply inspired by the example of two men in particular, President John F. Kennedy and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. They still inspire me. And Dr. King's life and his example and his sacrifice and his eloquence transformed a nation. But I'm one of the people that remembers that he was first and foremost a man of faith. He was a workman approved, rightly able to handle the word of truth. And with that word, he challenged the conscience of a nation and drove us toward a more perfect union. And that's been the role of faith throughout our history. And as we go into this campaign, I will tell you, we are deeply committed, as you'll hear Donald Trump reflect today, to ensuring that the voice of faith in America is free again to speak into the life of this nation. He'll describe those policies in detail. But a commitment to, as he's already described in that great speech in Detroit, to a new civil rights agenda. A new civil rights agenda of safer communities, of economic opportunities and jobs, and making it possible for parents to choose where their children go to school, whether they're public or private, regardless of their income or their area code. School choice will be at the center of this administration's agenda. I've gotten to know this good man. I haven't known him nearly as long as Michael Cohen has, or Pastor Scott has, but I've seen in him a heart for the American people, an impatience for leaders and policies that fail to open the doorway to the American dream for all of our people. And I can assure you, this is a man of faith. He has faith in the boundless potential of every American with a good education and a good start in life to achieve their dreams, regardless of race or creed or color or gender. And he's also a man raised on a foundation of faith in his life. It's something that we shared early on. And in these challenging times, I can assure you, that Donald Trump is a man who knows that there will always be more in these United States than unites us than will ever divide us. And chief among those things is faith, that we have and ever shall be one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And also, we both know and believe, in these challenging times, with heartbreaking headlines and division, that what has been true for millennia is still true today. That if his people, who are called by his name, will humble themselves and pray, he will again hear from heaven and he will heal our land. So on that foundation, and with great humility to be able to stand by this man, let me yield the podium and my typical privilege of being able to introduce my running mate to a man who's known him for 25 years. One of the greatest promoters in the history of sports has agreed to come here and promote his friend. Would you join